fedoraless.
Oh, what are you looking at?
He's only getting one present.
So hoogle me boogle, I got some myrrh.
I guess there's something about exercise and Huga. And maybe tea. Good morning, everybody. So, last night was a pretty hairy night with the weather.
We got woke up.
I mean, you guys saw the tail end of it. Another storm system did end up coming through later on. It was about, what, 5 in the morning?
Yeah, I think I've been up since about 5 now.
Yeah, I slept through it because when I finally just fell asleep, I was out. But that first round of storms that we had, that was something else. It looks like we're supposed to have more weather pretty much throughout the weekend. So we had planned on having a family picnic on Sunday. We'd invited a bunch of our family members, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So
I have to go look for a new hat.
Yes, he gave away his fedoras yesterday to our great niece and 2 great nephews. So
all of them, all my fedoras that I had. I usually have like 3 or 4, and
but you can't give one kid something and not give the rest, you know.
It was one of them said, "I wish I had a hat like that, Uncle Matt," and I said, so, and it was one I bought on sale, and I hadn't really wore it, and I'm like, and so I put it on his head, and he was so happy. And he went and he took off running, and then little Ellie,
sister,
his little sister said, "I want a hat, Uncle Matt." So I gave her my Stetson, and then another one came, so I said, "Oh, it's all sweaty. I don't care." And so now I'm fedoraless.
So, and I wanted to thank everybody. Thank you for your comments on the video I did about Depression Fly Lady and Huga, I believe is the way you pronounce it. Huga. I think I'm saying it right this time. I was saying Huga, but I think it's Huga. So if you know how it's correctly pronounced, let me know. Is it Huga or Huga? And yes, I'm going out to do some shopping for some Hugly stuff, as they say. Hugly.
I'm hungry.
Yes, I'm hungry too. I realized after I turned the camera off that I forgot to finish what I was saying to you. I just wanted to thank you for the great response to that video that I did, because I actually wasn't sure if I was going to share something so personal with you guys. So I just didn't know if it was too personal to share, and I had almost thought about not putting a video out that day. And your guys' response to it was amazing. So thank you so much for your kind comments and just letting me know that, you know, it was worth putting out there, because other people deal with that too. And I actually had some people say that they had some of that going on themselves, or sometimes they have that go on too. And so it was nice to know that it's worth putting out there, because I think sometimes it's really hard to put yourself out there like that and to share those kind of things. So thank you. And that's what I turned on the camera to say, was thank you. Are you trying to do what Daddy did?
Oh, what are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
Oh, you lost a tooth. Just finished up lunch, and Matt actually went and picked up my contacts, so I've been needing them for a while. I'm supposed to wear them on a regular basis. I've actually talked about that before, but I had run out of contacts and had to wait and get mine ordered in, so I finally got my contacts today, which is a good thing. But when we were on our way to go pick them up, I received a phone call from my mom, and my great aunt Hank, who I went to visit last week, passed away. So I will be traveling back up to LeClaire to go see my family again and just say our goodbyes. So tough day today. Tough day. She was an awesome lady, just I have so many great childhood memories with her, staying at her house, and I'll bring the camera with me when I go. I might not film everything, so I'll probably leave the big camera home with Matt and I'll take the smaller one, but I will show you her house and how she lived on the river, and I have the greatest childhood memories with her. And maybe you'll get to meet my cousin Michelle, who I was very, very close to growing up. She's quite a bit older than I am, and she used to come get me in the summers. She'd call my mom up and she'd be like, I'm coming to get Christy, and we would go to my Aunt Hank's house and I'd spend the night. And my Uncle Bill was still alive at the time, and then he passed away, and then as we both got a little older, you know, life happened and things like that, but we've always kept in contact. And yeah, so I'll be going up there and hopefully you'll get to meet her. So, and some of my other family members if they're comfortable with it, but either tomorrow or the next day I will be going there. Did you get Aspen settled in with Grandma?
Yeah.
All right, so we are off to go do some shopping today. All right, so we are taking a stop off to meet up with my mom and my sister, one of my sisters, because I actually have 4 sisters and 1 brother. I'm one of 6, but we're stopping at Betty Jane's Ice Cream and Candies. Well, I guess it's Betty Jane's Candies, but they have ice cream here too. And we got some birthday shopping. Yes, this was like a staple growing up. Gremlins, everybody knew what a gremlin was. It's the most delicious piece of chocolate.
I almost showed Skylur.
Yeah, don't show Skylur's birthday present. So we've got one of Ireland's birthday presents and Skylur's 21st birthday present. He's only getting 1 present for his birthday from us, other than we're taking him out. But this is something he's really been wanting, so I think he's going to be very happy about his 1 present. All right, guys, so this is what we were talking about. You already ate all yours. Look at this place. It is so cool. We have almost finished up our shopping. I have to stop at Target. Yeah. No, I actually like Target lately. They've had some really good deals.
I'm saying black because I'm stopping. Hey, and
he'd rather just be heading home.
I am loving her hoogle boogle thing she's got going on.
I believe it's pronounced Huga.
Hey, you know what? You know why I'm loving it? Because there's one thing that she doesn't like that I love, and I love them. I've loved it forever, and I used to fall asleep to it when I was young. And that's having some frankincense and myrrh or some dragon's blood incense going as I fall asleep.
Yes.
And she does not care for it. Why? Because it makes me happy.
Yes, because we're trying to go for comfort in the entire family's life, finding some huga or huga.
So hoogle me boogle, I got some myrrh.
So yeah, but we came to a compromise because the reason I don't like incense is it leaves a dusty mess everywhere. But he got some incense cones, and so it was a good compromise because you can put them in a dish and the dust will just fall into the dish.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm on my way into Target to do some more Huga and Fly Lady and birthday shopping. That too. I'm looking for one particular item for Ireland in here, and cross your fingers they have it.
You have to open it. What is it?
Oh, what is it?
What is it?
You gotta slide it down.
Are you surprised?
Wow.
Let me see. Can I hold it?
Holy crap.
Can I hold it? Can I hold it? Can I hold it? Can I hold it, Tyler?
Love you.
Happy early birthday, baby.
Can I hold it?
Alright, so I had to show you guys. I have candles lit in the living room. I had them lit in the kitchen while I was getting the kitchen counters cleaned up and dishes put into the sink. Alright, so it's far from perfect in here, but like I have a kid that hasn't finished their pizza yet, and why it's not on a plate, I'm not sure. For the most part, everything's picked up in here other than some laundry that needs put away, and I've got my candles going here. And I'll show you something else I'm doing a little bit differently. So I bought 2 different types of tea. One is just a regular like black Lipton tea, because I used to drink just straight black tea with my grandma when I was little. And I've always liked it that way, but I thought I'd try something new. That tends to have caffeine in it. I got myself something called like a calming night or something like that. And this has almost a spearmint flavor to it. But I have tea in my teacup, and this piece of china that I'm using actually belonged to a lady that I've known since I was a little girl, named Bernice, and she's no longer with us. And so she gave this teacup to my mom, and now it belongs to me. And so I thought, what a nice way to bring some hygge into my life tonight by using a pretty cup, drinking some calming tea, and lighting some candles. So I'm pampering myself tonight doing this. So I had another reason for telling you about the tea, besides wanting to show you how lovely it looks with the candles up and adding a little bit of hygge into my life, is I've made a decision to stop drinking coffee and any type of energy drinks. And the reason I'm not drinking any of that anymore is I find that I tend to get more anxious when I drink coffee and energy drinks. But I've never had that problem when I drink tea. So it's just one thing that I'm cutting out of my life, besides adding some exercise in, because Alice, I know that you were telling me about adding some exercise, that would help, and you are so right. I actually took a walk with Aspen tonight. We took a run together later this evening, and it was like dusk when we went for a run, and it was fun for him, and we went around the block, and he's actually upstairs sleeping very peacefully, and he had a nap today, which was surprising because he is not a child that can have a nap and then be able to go ahead and sleep very easily in the evening. And he's upstairs sleeping, so that run did him some good right before bed. So besides adding some exercise in, and yes, I got some training in for the hopeful marathon, Alice. So just so you know, I am starting to train for it. Doesn't matter the weather, as long as it's not lightning and it's not icing, I will be out there trying to get in some running or walking or some type of exercise to train for this. And very possibly, I'm gonna try to do a 5K marathon towards the end of September. So I need to see what the requirements are to get into it, but I'd like to try to do it if I have the right shoes and my body's up and ready for that. So that's gonna be my first attempt at doing, and I've never done a marathon before, so that will be the first time for me. I'm not the type of person that gets up and just like goes out and goes running, you guys. So this is new for me, but I'm really liking it. It's pushing me and it's motivating me. And as you can tell, I'm in a much better mood tonight. So I guess there's something about exercise and hygge and maybe tea.